Hello, and welcome to a new series of mine called MC Explained. Today we'll be talking about structure blocks. What are structure blocks? Well, they're a lot like clone commands, except in block form. They can only be accessed through /give or /setBlock using these commands. There are 4 different modes you can use in a structure block: save, load, corner, and data. By default, it is set to data. You click on this button right here to change the mode. Let's start with corner mode. Corner mode is what allows you to place markers for what area you want to save as a structure. The structure name is the name you assign to that structure, and that's pretty much it for the corner block. Next is save mode. This allows you to save your structure for later use with the load mode. The structure name must match the corners you want to select with, and you won't need to adjust any of the relative position or structure size options if you are using corners. Show invisible blocks displays air and structure void blocks as small colored cubes, with red meaning structure void and blue signifying air. Detect structure size and position is used to detect where you want to select, and it will be outlined like this when it detects the area. Include entities is fairly self-explanatory. It is used to include entities in the structure save, and the save button saves the structure to a file for loading later. Next is load mode. Relative position is where the structure will be loaded to, relative to the structure block. So 2 to the right and 1 up would be from the structure block, and not the coordinates 2, 1. Structure integrity and seed is something I have yet to find use for, but here's the Minecraft Gamepedia definition. The show bounding box is the same effect as the detect in save mode, but for the area where the structure is loaded. Include entities is still pretty self-explanatory. The load button is what you press to load the structure, but you can also use a redstone signal to produce the same effect. The numbers at the bottom are for rotating the structure the number of degrees corresponding to the number listed. Say, 90 degrees, 180 degrees, and 270 degrees. And finally, data mode. I have yet to quite figure out what data mode is for, so if anybody can convert this Minecraft Gamepedia definition to something that makes sense, let me know in the comments, and I may make a separate video to explain that. 2 more things about structure blocks. They have these labels that appear above them depending on what structure name you have, which is helpful for seeing what the blocks you have are doing. 2. In the snapshots structure blocks were first released in, every time you reloaded a world, you would have to resave all of the structure blocks. That has now been fixed in the final version of 1.10. Along with structure blocks, they added structure voids. What these do is serve as sort of a barrier block, allowing things to appear to be floating because the block is invisible. But what makes these special is that they disappear when a structure containing them is loaded, so you can make sand fall only when it is loaded through a structure block. That pretty much wraps up this video. Hopefully you learned something from this, and if you would like to see structure blocks in action, check out my cousin JPT79's video on how to animate using structure blocks. That was what inspired me to make this video as well. So check out that video and let me know in the comments what you would like to see explained next. Thanks for watching.